Hey everyone, so a few people requested that I talk about the Sarah Millican television programme, and I was going to do that anyway because I was really excited for this BBC programme to start. I've been following Sarah's work for about 3 years now perhaps, and it was only a matter of time before she was going to get her own TV show. You know, I've been saying it pretty much since I first started watching her. She is fantastic, and you know, the BBC clearly love her. She's been in a lot of BBC things. She needs her own show. Here it is. I've also blogged about this, so if you're interested in reading what I have to say as opposed to what waffle I come out with, the link will be in the below bar for you. And I'm actually really impressed. Now this is adult content. I have to say that now before anybody goes and looks for it if they're under a certain age and people start shouting at me. It is adult content. That generally is the thing with Sarah anyway. You know, if you're a fan of Sarah, you understand that a lot of things she says can be considered a little bit crude or a little bit slightly more X-rated than another comedian. The title obviously is not the most exciting thing, the Sarah Millican television programme, but I actually find it works really well because it's basically just doing what it says on the tin, and you know, there's no fluffing it or anything and making it sound more fancy than what it is. It's just Sarah Millican and her own show, but it is so fantastic. Now, this video will be up before the next episode airs, so I have only seen the one episode, so this is my initial views, but I will definitely be watching future episode because I absolutely loved it. It's half an hour long and it's basically a combination of her talking to the camera and her interviewing her two guests. But it's not just a plain straightforward chat show, it does actually have a theme to it. Each episode apparently has a TV based theme where she looks at different genres and categories of television shows. This first episode was nature programmes and dating shows, which are two programmes I don't really watch. So I did kind of think, is this going to be any good? Will I be able to relate to what she's saying? You know, I know what dating shows and nature shows are like, but you know, I thought she'd be more specific. But no, it's worked really well. It's just basically a foundation for the material she's going to be using. She did a lot of jokes about cats in this one, which I love because I am a crazy cat lady. You can't really see my cat bedding there, but it's gorgeous. That's completely irrelevant. So she does little bits to the camera and things, which is great. And then she'll interview her two guests one at a time, and they'll play sort of games, which is kind of weird. But it's also really quite nice and just gives it a little bit more extra than just perhaps Paul O'Grady. Now I'm mentioning Paul O'Grady because Paul O'Grady to me has the pretty general, pretty perfect setup for a TV show host. You know, sometimes you'll have a sofa for the presenter and a sofa for the guests. Paul O'Grady's has been my favourite with where he always sits behind a table with a sofa to his right. This one, the guest is behind the table and Sarah sits on the sofa, which I think is quite weird. If you said to me that's what it was like before I watched it, I'd be like, that's not going to work. You know, the guest would be the overpowering one, the dominating one. You could perceive them like that. But it actually worked really well, and I think it makes, I don't know if it makes the guest feel more comfortable, but as a viewer you can kind of feel like the guest could be in more control, whereas you do get some people, you can see, not generally celebrities, but sort of your general everyday public, when they're guests on shows, they do give an air of intimidation from the presenter, whereas this I just think works really well, which I'm completely gobsmacked that it does, but it just kind of shows Sarah's abilities. And she never lets the interview take a serious turn either. It's completely laid back, and you know, everything she says in response is very witty or very funny and clever. That I like. There's also a little talk on webcam to her father, which kind of gives the show a slight self-indulgence aspect for Sarah. But it's very funny. Her dad is a very comic character. I don't know if he'll be in future episodes. Obviously that's not been revealed yet. But I kind of hope he is. You know, if somebody said to me Sarah's father's in it, I don't really care. But it's actually very funny, and the information and the material he provides is great. And you can see where Sarah can get a lot of her comedy from. It's brilliant. I did like that aspect. So I do think it's very good and a lot funnier. Well, no, I'm not saying a lot funnier than I'd anticipated because it's Sarah. I thought it was going to be hysterical, but I didn't think that every aspect of it would be funny. I thought it would be, you know, perhaps the interviews wouldn't be that lively. But no, the whole thing was absolutely sensational, and Sarah is just completely herself in it. You know, it doesn't feel artificial, it doesn't feel fake, it doesn't feel like it's completely scripted by somebody else. I don't know whether Sarah's written half the material, but I'm imagining she has, or has had a lot of input in it anyway. It is just absolutely sensational. If you are a fan of Sarah, do check it out. And I watched it on iPlayer, so you can catch up if you haven't seen the first episode. But even if you've never seen Sarah before, watch it because it is fantastically funny. And as I said, pretty unique compared to your standard chat show. I mean, I'm not going to label it strictly as a chat show because it's not. It's not just a chat show, which I suppose gives it an additional edge as well. It is absolutely fantastic from start to finish. Please feel free to leave comments and let me know your thoughts. As I said, you can check out my blog post if you want to read that, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!